Welcome back to the Unseen Hour, hauntings that manipulate reality, where alternate dimensions, ghostly visions, and terrifying transformations are all in a day's work. Last week we heard the chilling tale of an old Victorian house, where guests become trapped in a terrifying time warp during one fateful night. And now we read back with an even more horrifying story that will keep you questioning the nature of reality. So buckle up, because this is going to be one hell of a ride. But before we dive into the darkness, make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. And stick around until the end, because I have another spine-chilling video that's guaranteed to give you nightmares. Also, let's give a big welcome to our returning viewers. We're so glad you're back for another dose of the paranormal. Now let's get into it. As the clock strikes midnight, our five brave explorers find themselves once again transported back to the eerie confines of the mansion. Trapped in a time loop, every hour brings a new horror. The same events repeat, but with each cycle, the ghosts grow stronger, their presence seeping into the fabric of reality like a relentless fog. The group begins to lose their minds, grappling with the haunting déjà vu of reliving the same moments over and over again. Sarah, the skeptic of the group, tries to convince herself that there's a logical explanation for what they're experiencing, while David, the wannabe ghostbuster, insists that they're caught in a paranormal feedback loop. The spirits, he says, are manipulating their reality, trapping them in an endless cycle of fear and despair. As the hours tick by, the tension mounts. It's not just the repetition that's driving them crazy. It's also the escalating hauntings. At first, it was just the disembodied voices whispering their darkest fears. Then there were the footsteps, the dragging chains, and the phantom figures that seemed to lurk at the edge of their vision. But now things are getting worse. Much worse. The ghosts have escalated their torment, targeting each member of the group with terrifying visions, fragments of their past that the spirits are using against them. John sees his late wife, her face pale and lifeless. Then suddenly she's reaching out to him from a grave. Emily witnesses the horrific car crash that claimed her brother's life. Except this time, she can hear his screams and feel the impact of the collision, as if she's reliving it all over again. Mark, Sarah's boyfriend, is confronted with the haunting memory of his father abandoning him as a child. Each vision more disturbing than the last. The group is on edge, unsure who to trust or what to do next. They're trapped in a terrifying game of cat and mouse with the spirits, and they're starting to lose their sanity. With each passing hour, the line between reality and nightmare blurs, leaving them to question their own perceptions and the very nature of their existence. Meanwhile, the mansion itself seems to be playing a part in the haunting, its shadowy corners and creaking floorboards amplifying their fear. The grand staircase that had welcomed them earlier now seems to writhe like a serpent, its banisters slick with an otherworldly moisture. The plush carpets are stained with what might be blood, and cobwebs drape the doorways like shrouds. The air grows heavy with the scent of decay, and the temperature drops to the point where bare arms and necks become slick with goosebumps. Their every move is watched, their every word echoed back to them in distorted whispers. The ghosts are toying with them, relishing in their terror. But why? What do the spirits hope to achieve by tormenting these unsuspecting guests? Is there a way to escape this terrifying game before it drives them insane? The answers, if they exist, lie hidden in the dark recesses of the mansion's past. But uncovering them may require a journey into the depths of madness. As the clock strikes 1 a.m., a sense of dread settles over the group. They realize they're trapped in a terrifying game orchestrated by the mansion's restless spirits. But why are they the chosen players? What has brought them to this nightmarish hour? The answer lies in the history of the house, and it's a tale that will chill you to the bone. The mansion, once a symbol of wealth and power, was the site of unspeakable horrors. Its inhabitants, driven by greed and ambition, dabbled in the dark arts, sacrificing their souls to demonic entities for unimaginable power. But the ritual went terribly wrong, and the house became a prison for the spirits of those who dared to meddle with forces beyond their understanding. And now it's claimed its latest victims. The group finds themselves reliving the events of that fateful night over and over again, trapped in a time loop that stretches from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. In each cycle, the hauntings intensify, forcing them to confront their deepest fears and darkest secrets. John sees visions of his deceased wife. Emily witnesses her brother's tragic death, and Mark is haunted by memories of his father's abandonment. The ghosts are preying on their vulnerabilities, twisting their pasts into instruments of torment. Sarah, the skeptic, begins to crack, questioning her own sanity and the nature of reality itself. David, desperate to find a way out, delves deeper into the occult, seeking a way to break the cycle. He discovers an ancient grimoire hidden in the mansion's library, its pages filled with forbidden knowledge and rituals. According to the book, the only way to escape the time loop is to perform a counter-ritual, one that will sever the group's connection to the mansion's dark energy and release their spirits from their eternal torment. But the cost is terrible. One of them must stay behind and sacrifice their soul to the demonic entities, ensuring the others can escape. Faced with this grim choice, the friends must decide whether to risk it all for a chance at freedom or to remain trapped in their terrifying prison forever. As the clock ticks towards 1 a.m., tensions rise and tempers flare. Sarah lashes out, blaming David for their predicament. If he hadn't insisted on staying in the mansion, they wouldn't be trapped here. But David retorts that she would understand the darkness they facing if she had experienced it firsthand. The other three nod in solemn agreement. They've witnessed the depths of despair that Sarah's already fallen to, her mind fracturing under the relentless torment of the spirits. They know that if she's not careful, she could slip completely into madness, never to return. They urge her to participate in the counter-ritual, hoping that by sharing the burden, they can lessen the toll it takes on each individual soul. But Sarah resists. She doesn't want to rely on the others. She wants to prove that she can save herself. She refuses to give up, vowing to find another way out. With determination etched on her face, she pushes forward, determined to defy the ghosts and escape the mansion's clutches. Little does she know that her actions will have far-reaching consequences, pushing the group closer to the brink of disaster. As the clock strikes 1 a.m., Sarah confronts the ghastly specters alone, determined to break the cycle without her friends' help. But as the night wears on, she begins to understand the terrible price they'll pay for escaping the time loop. For every hour they spend in the mansion, another layer of their souls is claimed by the demonic entity. By defying her companions and refusing to participate in the counter-ritual, she's condemned them all to an eternity of torment. Will Sarah find a way to escape before it's too late? Or will she be forever trapped in the mansion's dark embrace? The fate of the group hangs in the balance as the final moments of the night tick away. Will they find a way out before the clock strikes doom? Or will they be doomed to repeat this horrifying cycle for eternity? As the shadows lengthen and the ghostly apparitions close in, the friends must confront the terrible truth of their situation. Their only hope for escape lies in unity, and they must learn to put aside their differences and work together if they want to survive the night. But as the clock strikes 1 a.m., they find themselves at a crossroads. The path ahead is fraught with peril, and the choices they make in these final moments will determine their fates forever. Will they be able to overcome the darkness that threatens to consume them, or will they succumb to the chilling grip of the unseen hour? And as the final seconds tick away, they're forced to confront the haunting reality of their situation. They're trapped in a terrifying game of cat and mouse with the ghosts, and the mansion itself seems to be playing a part in the haunting. If they can't find a way to break the cycle soon, they might just lose everything. But as the clock strikes 1 a.m., a glimmer of hope appears. The key to breaking the time loop lies within the mansion's library, hidden amongst the dusty tomes and forgotten lore. If they can decipher the cryptic clues left behind by the mansion's former inhabitants, they might just stand a chance at escaping the cycle. But time is running out. They only have one night to uncover the secrets of the mansion and break the curse before it's too late. As the friends race against the clock, they must confront their deepest fears and darkest secrets, all while trying to stay one step ahead of the ghosts. The question is, can they unravel the mystery of the mansion in time to save themselves? Or will they be doomed to relive this nightmare for eternity? Join us next week to find out.